Hello, everybody. Dr. Carmen Bryant, Psychological Health Consultants and Services, with my program, Redefining Yourself. Trying to fix the camera, you guys, okay? This program is developed for those that are in thinking, well, as women that are in thinking of leaving, needing more education, or have left domestic violence, violent relationships, specifically narcissist abuse. So I do a lot of training and speaking on narcissist abuse. And I just wanted to come on really quick, and I wanted to respond to some comments. And thank you guys so much for the comments and even the stories. I really appreciate it. You know, those of you, I mean, if you've posted it, thank you guys so much, so that other people can see, you know, that you bold enough, first of all, to post that for other people to read. Hopefully, you know, you're protecting yourself in writing the statement and the stories that you write. Just make sure you protect yourself. And for those of you, just go through the comments and read some people's stories. Some of the stories are really fascinating, you know, and very common for narcissist abuse and survivors of narcissist abuse. And I really thank you for sharing it. You know, go and read the comments, you guys. And I just wanted to respond to two of those comments I found very interesting. Ms. Jennifer Koshagabu. And so you were explaining, and I'm not going to go through the whole response, but you were explaining some of the things that this narcissist was doing. Very, very typical for narcissists. This is very typical, and I want to tell you that what you saw is real. Usually what a narcissist will do, if you start bringing this up, or if you were to tell this story to a narcissist will gaslight you to make you think that you're crazy, and this is not, you misunderstood what was going on, you misinterpreted. See, you're always assuming something, but, you know, thank you for sharing that, because of the fact that what you experienced, what you saw, and what you assumed is actually correct. That is narcissistic behavior. And you guys can go look at, if you don't mind, Miss Jennifer, you can go look under the video that I did. It says narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, characteristics, and behaviors. And under there, Miss Jennifer gave a story. And I'm going to go and I'm going to respond to a question that you asked me. I'm going to go down the question, and you said you're a big bone girl. Girl, you're voluptuous. Go be voluptuous and be beautiful with your voluptuous self. And there's nothing wrong. You're not big bone. You're voluptuous. You're fluffy. We fluffy, you know, and you look good. That's all that matters. You're a fluffy girl, and that's okay. And so it says here that the narcissist was extremely focused on any given time on fat, cellulite, and wanted to knead your tummy like he was making biscuits. Now, it sounds funny, but I know that's serious. Just the way that you said it just sounded funny. So, you know, just come on, laugh with me, okay? You know, I'm not making fun of you. But he was kneading your tummy like he was making biscuits. And at the time, he became extremely aroused. And you said that you don't understand that, and you asked me if it made sense. So what I did was I went and looked up fetishes. And so let me pull it up. Give me a minute. Let me find it. Okay, so I went to Psych Central, and it sounds like a fetish, you know, so keep in mind, just because a narcissist may have the diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder, they may have additional diagnoses such as psychopath, sociopath, which is now called antisocial personality disorder, I think it is, and they may also have major depression, anti-anxiety disorder. They may also have histrionic. Some females have histrionic personality disorder. These are dramatic personality disorders, and also other things that go along with it. And what it seems like you're talking about, Miss Jennifer, is he may have also had, and I don't know because I don't know him, and I'm just, you know, I went to psychcentral.com, and there's a Dr. Steve Bressert. I think he's a psychologist, and he was talking about, it's called okay, work with me. Fetishistic disorder symptoms. And what he was talking about, I'm going to scroll down. So, a paraphiliac focuses on fetishistic disorder, formerly known as fetishism, involves eroticization, there we go, big word, of non-living objects and body parts for sexual gratification. Among the more common non-living fetishes objects are women's underpants, bras, stockings, shoes, boots, or other wearing apparel. An individual with a fetish for a body part might be feet, hair, and in this situation, cellulite, your stomach, and they will eroticize a non-genital body part during sexual encounter. It is not uncommon for sexualized fetishes to include both inanimate objects and body parts, such as dirty socks with feet. Fetishistic disorder can be multi-sensory experience, including holding, tasting, rubbing, inserting, smelling the fetish object while masturbating, or preferring that his sexual partner wear or utilize a fetish object during sexual encounters. And so, as we go further down, many individuals who self-identify as fetishist practitioners, I had to think of the name, do not necessarily report clinical impairment in association with their fetish-associated behaviors. Such individuals could be considered as having a fetish but not a fetishistic disorder. A diagnosis for a fetishistic disorder requires clinical significant distress or impairment in the following functioning resulting from the fetish. So specific symptoms of fetishism is over a period of at least 6 months, recurrent, intense, sexually arousing fantasies, sexual urges, or behaviors involving the use of non-living objects such as female underpants, bras. Remember, we just said that. The fantasies, sexual urges, or behaviors cause clinical significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. The fetish objects are not limited to articles of female clothing used in cross-dressing, as in transvestic fetishism, or devices designed for the purpose of tactile genital stimulation, such as a vibrator. Specifiers added to the diagnosis of fetishistic disorder. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the narcissist has the disorder, but they also have what it sounds like a fetish. And some of the other specifiers are body parts, non-living objects, or other things. So in this particular case, Ms. Jennifer, what you were referring to, it sounds like that this particular narcissist had a fetish with cellulite. And so, but girl, you go be voluptuous and sexy. There's nothing wrong. You're not big bone. There's nobody got fat bones. You just got a big body. And you go and you work it, girl. Don't you feel ashamed about how you look. But that narcissist probably had a fetish. And that fetish consisted of what you were talking about. Kneading your stomach, cellulite, and fat. Let's see. Another thing that he said here, Dr. Bressert. Let's look. Something that I wanted to, okay, here it goes. We said that, you know, a person with a fetishism frequently masturbates while holding, rubbing, or smelling the fetish object, or may ask a sexual partner to wear the object during their sexual encounter. Usually the fetish is required or strongly preferred for sexual excitement, and in its absence there may be erectile dysfunction in males. And so, ladies, if you notice that your sexual partner, who may be a narcissist, may have a fetish or a fetish disorder, you may notice that they can't function unless there's, you know, they have this strange fetish of feet, fat, cellulite, hair, something, but they're unable to function sexually and may have erectile dysfunction if they can't satisfy themselves with the fetish. That's why a lot of times men or women also have pornography addiction. They cannot function unless they're watching pornography, and the more they watch pornography, really the more perverted their mind becomes, and they'll go deeper and deeper into the pornography, where they even may encounter illegal things like child pornography or even bestiality, but they get so pulled into this pornography that it'll get to a point where they can't even function with you sexually. They're unable to function. They have erectile dysfunction, or they cannot be stimulated the natural way, with two consenting adults. They're not able to function, and they have erectile dysfunction. So there's a problem. So hopefully that answered your question, Miss Jennifer. And then there was a statement from Miss Bree. First of all, I commend you. You're a police officer, so I was a former soldier, and I have a heart for those that serve in any capacity of public service or military service. So first of all, Ms. Bree, I'd like to say thank you so much for your service as a police officer. And you shared the story as well. And for those of you that are interested, if it's okay with you, Ms. Bree, unless you delete it, if you go under narcissist and wordplay, she left a comment there, and what you said was that you and your ex-narc both are military, not military, I'm sorry, police officers. Well, number one, what you were saying in here, you were saying that you know for a fact that if he probably wasn't a police officer, he would do whatever he can to sabotage you. And I'm agreeing with you 100%. He had to wait, see, and narcissists overthink everything. Narcissists calculate everything in their mind. You know, they calculate. The only time that you'll see a narcissist like lose temperance or lose their control is when there's a narc injury, and they lose control and they panic and they kind of lose control of the situation. But they usually try to calculate and overthink a situation. In this particular situation, because your ex-narc is also a police officer, he's having to weigh the options of how bad the narcissistic injury would be, because if he attacked you, he would also lose his job, or he could also, and that would be a narcissistic injury. Not the fact that he hurt you, but the fact that he would be humiliated, embarrassed, because he lost his job as well. So he has to weigh the options. If you ever stop working as a police officer, you better believe that there might be a possibility that he may pursue you. And the comment that you made here, you said, you share this information because it's important for women and men to understand that being involved with a narcissist puts literally your whole livelihood on the line. You are exactly right. Let's see. What else did you say? What you're doing and having to stay ahead and constantly think, even when you relax and you're thinking, a narcissist never, ever, ever relaxes or stops thinking. They're always overthinking. He's always trying to find a way to hoover you. And what he's doing, he's hoovering you in the coffee shops. He's hoovering you in the gym. He's hoovering you. So he's watching you. He's trying to figure out, find out a way where he can hoover you and suck you back in, or watch you, or just to instill fear. One of the things that that I have discussed with people, and I'm so glad that you said something, and I really would like for you to email me, Miss Bree. I really would like to ask you some questions as well. Please email me at Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com, because I really would like to ask you some questions as well. Because one of the things that I have brought up, and I have researched, and I made a few phone calls here in the state of Washington, as I was researching, you know, the programs that they have together to assist those women that are in domestic violence relationship, and looking at some of the RCW codes here, some of the way that the laws and policies are written in order to assist or to get women out of domestic violence relationship. The sad part about the whole thing is you just said exactly what I say all the time, is that unless they're stalking you and you can prove it, unless they're threatening you, unless there's something that they can put their hands on, even though they may say psychological abuse, there's really no laws in place. There's nothing in place really to protect women that are coming out of narcissistic relationships where there's a lot of psychological abuse and there's hoovering and stalking. That is only to a certain limit where you know, they push the laws, but they don't push them enough where they can get in trouble. And so this is one of the things that I'm trying to get together with people that are in the legal system, those people that practice laws, police officers like yourself, to find out how we can advocate and make a change, because narcissist abuse is real and it's underreported and under talked about, and we really need to get the word out there. We need to get people educated. And Ms. Bree, you are in a perfect position to do education on narcissist abuse, to do an education even in your department, because once you bring the information out, once you begin, what can I do to help you? And I want to ask you some questions too. Please email me. I really would like to ask you some questions, and if I have to call you, I will call you. I really would like to talk to you because I've just got through having this conversation and then trying to assist another lady trying to assist another lady concerning narcissist abuse, court situation, legal situations, and dealing with some children situations. And so I really would like to ask you some questions because, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have enough information to protect these women that are coming out of these narcissistic relationships. Yes, domestic violence, where it's obvious, they're putting their hands on you, they're stalking you, but what about this narcissistic psychological abuse that they're hoovering, they're sucking the kids, and these word plays, this gaslighting, psychological, PTSD. All PTSD is not physical. All PTSD is not going to war and being shot at. A lot of women that are coming out of domestic violence relationship, even if they have not been physically abused, they've been psychologically abused. And remember, we were talking about the illusionist, by introducing false information and changing your perception of truth. But to have someone psychologically damaged, you are causing a psychological injury. And I was reading, I don't know if it was just a state law, or if I was reading some information concerning, our government concerning domestic violence, but something in there, in the writing says that if you can prove that the psychological abuse has caused psychological damage, if you can prove it. Well, some women don't know that they're going through narcissist abuse, and some people are just finding out, hearing people talk about this, and so, like I said, Ms. Bree, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions, and you are in a perfect position to begin educating within the police departments, to get it out there into the legal, judicial system, to educate the lawyers, to educate, more of the people within the domestic violence, support programs. I have a friend of mine that works as a domestic violence advocate. She knows about this, and she's learning about it as well. Just have to find out how we can integrate this and start protecting men and women that are going through this private, secret, shameful narcissist abuse that people don't want to talk about. And there are people just like you as a law enforcement officer that is being or has been abused by a narcissist. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a law enforcement officer that's telling you that they have been abused by a narcissist and they don't know how to shut it down, and they are a police officer, so, what about us? So Ms. Bree, please contact me. I really would love to talk to you. Ms. Donna, I just got your message. It just came in. This is under the Great Illusion. This is great information video. You had me cracking up on the sex part. So true about them. Yeah. So, they find someone to hang off the chandeliers. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for making comments. I didn't want to stay on too long because I really have a full caseload, but I do wanted to post a video to let you know that I'm right here for you guys. Please subscribe to my channel. It's Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. I'll almost give you my email, but email me too, Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com. And you're also welcome to go to my professional Facebook page, which is Psychological Health Consultants and Services. I got some things in the works, talking to some people about radio, getting with my big brother in Alabama. Hopefully we can work some things out, ladies and gentlemen. Try to put it out there. We'll put this information out there. I'll keep you guys tuned. I'm also working on my coaching packet, my coaching programs, for those of you that would like for me to be your personal coach. That gives me opportunity to go across states, meaning I'm not just confined and limited to the state of Washington, but it'll open it up where we can FaceTime and you get to talk to me just like this. And I get to coach. Hold on, look in the camera. I get to coach you and I get to talk to you. We get to have conversations. I can make you laugh. I have jokes. I'm actually funny. I crack myself up. So if I drive in a car sometimes, I don't have to have anybody to make me laugh. I'll laugh at my own self because my jokes are funny. At least I think so. But I'll laugh. But I want to put the coaching program together because I need to see you guys smile. I need to see that you guys know that there is hope coming out of a narcissistic, abusive relationship, that there is hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is healing, and we can heal together. This is what I'm asking you guys to do. So, I also want to start webinars. And so for those of you that may not have the money at this particular time, when I put it out there to open up coaching program, we can do webinars as well. I'll do educational webinars and give you an opportunity. Those are paid programs, but we're going to do some things so that we can connect. So what I want you guys to do, if you can, whether you do it on YouTube, on this video, or whether you send me an email, Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com. What I would like for you guys to do, I want us to come up with a name for our tribe. Now, this program is developed for women, But I always say men go through the exact same thing we go through. So, but what I want to do is, ladies, I want you to send me some suggestions for our tribe, so that when I create the online support group and the webinars, we're gonna pick out some names. So I want you guys to send me as many names and suggestions of our tribe. You know, this is Narcissist Abuse Recovery, and we need a tribe name. We're gonna have a tribe of survivors. And so I want you guys, that sounded cute, tribe of survivors. But I want you guys to come up with some names. And what I'll do is, I'm gonna give it a week. You guys send me as many names as possible. And then what we'll do is I'm gonna enter you guys into we're gonna enter these names, and then I'm gonna put the names out there, and then we're gonna vote on all these names. And whoever we pick, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna talk to you for about 45 minutes. So whoever's name we pick, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna personally talk to you one-on-one for 45 minutes. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have a conversation, and I'm gonna send you something, okay? So whoever tribe name that is chosen, when we do the voting, we're gonna vote on these names, and whoever's name we're gonna, so it may take a little while to make this group, so it doesn't matter. But what I'll do is I'm gonna personally call you, and we're gonna have a conversation for 45 minutes. Or 45 minutes, because I have a lot of sessions going on. So so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call you for 45 minutes and talk to you for a whole 45 minutes. Just be you and I. We can FaceTime. I can call you, whatever you want to do, and I'm gonna send you a gift. Okay, I'm gonna send you a special gift. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I'm gonna send you a special gift. So, ladies, send me names, Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @ Send me some suggestions on what we can call our tribe. We're not going to call us a tribe of survivors, because it sounds like we're out in the desert looking for a way back home. But we want a tribe name. We're going to start a tribe name. So when I develop the online support group, that is going to be our support group name, and that is going to be, I'm going to use that name, and I'm going to give you credit for developing that name. We're going to do a drawing to see whose name we're going to vote. Not a drawing, but we're going to vote and pick a name for our tribe, a tribe name, okay? And whoever wins that, whoever name that we use, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna schedule it, you're gonna email me your phone number, and I'm gonna schedule it's not a session, but I'm gonna schedule a whole 45-minute talk with you. We're gonna talk, and I'm gonna send you a special gift, okay? Hey, thank you guys for taking the time to view. Thank you guys so much for all the comments. Thank you guys. I'm gonna come on live this week sometime again, and I'm gonna start periscoping as well, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, share the videos, and this is kind of short, kind of unscripted, just want to come in and say hello, just respond to some comments that were made on here, and thank you guys once again. And as my friend always says, go and be great.